I was caught up in another country and my identity was taken away. Someone just came and snatched my bag, carrying my passports, my money, and some belongings. But what frightened me much was not the belongings in that bag. It was about my identity had been stolen, my passport. Because without my identity, I would face imprisonment, I'll be taken, detained as an illegal immigrant, or even deported. So when I lost my identity, the first thing I did was to run very, very fast to the embassy of Kenya. Why did I run to the embassy of Kenya? Because that is where my identity is. So I want us to look at a few things about identity. And it's critical we understand why we keep ourselves concealed in life is on account of not knowing our identity. The book of Judges chapter 6, there's a story there. But in the beginning it starts very, very weird. Verse 3, whenever the Israelites planted their crops, the Midianites, Amalekites, and other eastern peoples invaded the countries. Whenever the Israelites planted their crops, then other nations used to invade. What did they come? They camped on the land and ruined the crops all the way to Gaza and did not spare a living thing for Israel. Neither sheep nor cattle nor donkeys. Verse 5, they came up with their livestock and their tents like swarms of locusts. It was impossible to count them, all their camels. They invaded the land to ravage it. This was the custom, the culture. How many times have you gotten money and friends from nowhere? From nowhere. They invade your camp, muzinga, to party pamoja, to end happy, we have life. Everybody wants a piece of what you have because you planted and your crop is now ripe. And because your crop is ripe, there are so many Amalekites, the eastern peoples, the Midianites, who comes to invade your land. As a young lady, you grew up so well. When you was young, nobody saw you. When you finished your high school, nobody saw you. You entered your campus, maybe nobody seeing you. But when you appear out in the marketplace, wow! Some will invade you at university level. Just because your body has become ripe. When your crop is ripe, the 8 fortunes, money, job, business, there are Amalekites, there are Midianites, there are eastern people who just invade. They come with their livestock, they camp until they destroy. This was the culture, like some of us have gone through this culture of destruction every now and then. Anytime you rise, you find yourself, you have a bad company, then it corrupts your life and you are down again. It is until verse number 12, when an angel of the Lord appeared to Gideon, he said, the Lord is with you, mighty man of valor. Verse 13, Gideon asks a question like one of you is asking today. Pardon me, my Lord, Gideon replied, but if the Lord is with us, why has all this happened to us? Where are all his wonders that our parents, ancestors told us about when they say, did not the Lord bring us up out of Egypt? But now the Lord has abandoned us and given us into the hand of Midian. Then verse 14 is a critical verse for you. The Lord ignored all this noise, but he said, go in the strength you have and save Israel out of Midian's hand. And am I not sending you? The truth is, the Lord has given you everything within you to manifest and win and arise. Go in the strength within you, because every time there's a culture of destruction in your life, but the answer is still within you. Point number 1, failure to discover self is the reason why you are down. Number 2, fear of confronting self. You know what has happened? Gideon is not able to confront the reality of what was. He is a mighty man of valor, but because of the things that have happened, he has weakened himself. Stop being a prisoner of your past. Become the architect of your future. That is Robin Sharma who's saying these words. Because from here going forward, gonna change. It is you knowing that the answer is not external. The answer is within you to do it. You go for it, you're gonna conquer. David at some point he found Ziklag had been destroyed, they have been robbed, women have been taken, and everyone came against him. He just asked God, oh God, can I pursue them? Will I recover all these that have been lost? He was told, yeah, you will. And he set into motion because it is within you to rise. But what refuses us to rise is fear of confronting self. There are so many of us who are caught up with stuff. You can't confront yourself. It's so hard for you to confront yourself. But you know what? If you know how to understand your life, you'll be okay. Because in the past, whatever has happened is a series of emotional deposits. What happens? Emotions in your mind are deposited in intensities, not in quantities. It is intensities. An intensive emotion will put you into fear and lock you there. If it's too much of a worry or too much of laughter or too much of joy, anything that has an intensity, emotion is neither negative or positive in your mind. It's a matter of intensity. So it marks a high in your mind, and you must understand that those highs are where you're taking your counsel. You must stop taking counsel from your fear, because your fear has a counsel based on how painful it was, based on how it went. You are shut into fear. You can't move because you fear. But what you require some shameless audacity and say, yes, it happened, but I'm rising. That's why God ignored the complaint of Gideon and told him, go out in the strength you have and save Israel, because it is within you. You can overcome it by just rising up. Create a positive emotion ahead of you. Hebrews chapter 12 verse 2 says, looking to Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy set before him overcame the cross. So how did Jesus overcome the cross? Set joy. Joy is an emotion. That emotion had a higher intensity, a promise of a higher intensity. That is why the pain of the cross was nothing for him. Likewise, don't sit there until your life comes to a close. Don't make a past event your lifetime. It was just an event. Call it an event and ring-fence it. This was an event. It's not my life. Yes, I got pregnant. It was an event, not my life. Yes, I got into drugs. It was an event. It's not my lifetime. Yes, I failed. It was an event, not my lifetime. Yes, I aborted. It was an event, not my lifetime. And come out of the event and look for a lifetime. Set joy. You must look yourself and project yourself better in the future than what you are right now, because that is what's going to help you move forward. If you confront your fears, then you can be sure you will move forward. When you stop your life and start pity-patting yourself, you are messing yourself. However, when you know yourself and confront your fears, then expose yourself to the divine plan of God. The divine plan of God is what God has instituted ahead of you. So raising your sensitivity to understand what is God saying to me at this point in time. Calming yourself and knowing that you are running around may not yield, but you are listening and obedience to Him may yield. Remember, just lay down a plan ahead of you and slowly start walking towards it. Align your purposes with the purposes of God. Romans chapter 12 verse 2. Do not conform to the patterns, things that are done, how people are enslaved, how people do it. Don't conform to the pattern. Be transformed by the renewal of your mind. Your mind needs to be a renewal. That is why keeping yourself exposed in the Word of God, keeping yourself in fellowship with God, keeping yourself understanding what His will is about your life becomes important. Grow your relationship with God slowly, step by step, and you'll find yourself overcoming the things that have been limiting you from growth. The solution of your rising is within you. Please be bold, be courageous, stop addressing your life from the past. Address your life to the future by taking the future and saying, this is what I'm architecting towards, not taking the counsel of what is past. What is past cannot become a lesson of what you learned, and now apply the lesson, not the experience. Whatever you went through should not be the reason why you want to do it again. No, it is the lesson you gain. They say failure and success, when they sit down on a seat, success has nothing to say like failure has. Failure has so many lessons than what success can share. Success, you did it and succeeded. Failure, you learn so much. It is the learning from your failures that boosts you towards better life. And that is why even mentors, they come to help you see what they failed on and give you the wisdom of how you can overcome that. So Gideon was told, the solution is within you. Even right now, I echo, the solution for your rising is within you. See you in the next shoot.